It's been a high honor to represent all of you and represent this industry that I so love and this association which I so love. I still shake my head quite often, actually, that this great-grandson of a Swiss dairy farmer who wasn't sure what to do with his life 37 years ago decided that this business was a calling. Like we did back then, I signed my agent contract, I signed my NAIFA application, and off we went. Little did I know how much that second signature would impact my life. I feel today it's been a great day, and I hope you feel the same. Like many of you in this self-motivated business, I've always gravitated towards books on leaders or leadership. In most cases, there's a common theme. 3 phrases for every organization to accomplish, to thrive and survive. First, strategy. Second, execution. Third, leadership. Well, in our case, the strategy is in place. We have NAIFA 2025. And starting today, we strive every day to execute better. And leadership is why we are here. We are honoring leaders in a couple minutes, and we hope today's programs produce some more leadership skills for you to take home. In fact, reality is you can have the best strategy in the whole damn world. You can have great execution laid out, but without the right leaders and leadership, it's all for naught. That's why we need you. We need you on the bus. Leadership's a trait that can be very difficult to identify. But one thing, I always remember my dad telling me, this is how leadership, it's not about you. It's about elevating others. Service above self. And that success first is growing and learning about yourself. And then when you become a leader, it's about growing others. The leaders that will lead NAIFA and help others grow are sitting in this room right now. The other trait I'll pass on came from that same Swiss dairy farmer, my great-grandfather, who came to America at the age of 16 in 1888, never to return to his homeland again. But he became an icon in Southern California. Became good friends with Mr. Douglas, and McDonnell Douglas, and a few other unbelievable stories that I could bore you with later. But his instructions were very simple. You cannot take from either your community or your industry without giving back to both of them. And in this room, we have a bunch of people that believe in that same ethics. I think that's why I love you so much. Over the last 12 months, I've had the opportunity to travel the country, be on way too many Zoom calls, and I made numerous talks to many of our chapters. I can tell you that the enthusiasm of who we are, what we are doing, and where we are going, it's not phony, and it's very contagious. It was one of my goals to elevate the enthusiasm in this organization, even as a crybaby. Ralph Waldo Emerson said it so succinctly: nothing great was ever accomplished without enthusiasm. That's just one reason we're glad you're here. We want to celebrate this association. We want to celebrate our growth, and we want to embrace our future and let all that enthusiasm in. Tonight, thank you. You gotta love this. My wife's calling to see how I'm doing. Lordy, Lordy. Tonight, I enthusiastically pass the gavel to my good friend and the more than capable Mr. Larry Holtzberg. Ladies and gentlemen, you're in really good hands. So Larry and Joan, good luck. I've gotten to know Larry pretty damn well over the last 6 years. Matter of fact, Joan's a little worried about the two of us. And the funny thing is, I call it 2 in the afternoon in Los Angeles, and it's 5 in New York, and he's already having a cocktail and he starts rubbing it in. Anyways, he's gonna do a great job for us. In just a short amount of time, we've achieved extraordinary results because us so-called ordinary people have become exceptional. Just help us get more ordinary people on the bus. Tonight, though, enough about me. I want to focus on you. You're the fabric of NAIFA. I don't know if many of you remember a few years ago, we had a promotional piece. Back then they did like DVDs and stuff. Where did the time go? But anyways, this piece called The Fabric of NAIFA talked about the individuals that collectively make up this wonderful association. So I just want to introduce a few of you tonight that are the fabric of NAIFA. Now I could go around the whole room, but some of you got to get to the hill in the morning. But as I call you up, please stand and be recognized. And if you don't know these people, get to know them. Let me start with the gentleman from Mississippi, Mr. Ike Trotter. All right, Ike, I know you've never heard this line before, but stand up. No, anyways. Remain standing, Ike. CLU, CHFC, hailing from Greenville, Mississippi, one of Ole Miss's finest. 42 years in the business. He now represents Raymond James, state president, 86 and 87. He's a member of SFP, member of Kiwanis, Rotary, deacon and elder at his church, wonderful father and grandfather. And he currently oversees our NQA awards, sits on the finance committee and the editorial committee of Advisor Today. NAIFA is better because of people like Ike Trotter. I hope you know Mimi Yoon Lee. Where are you, Mimi? Stand up, Mimi. She's currently president of NAIFA California. Mimi's parents immigrated here from Korea. Her father arriving here, ironically, on July 4th. 24 years she spent as a senior vice president of training for a large carrier. She served NAIFA as president of her local, served on our QMA committee, and currently is very active in a nonprofit that helps and funds financial literacy for children. NAIFA is better because of people like Mimi Yoon Lee. Or then there's Scott Flowers. Where are you, Scotty? There he is in the back. Secretary Treasurer of NAIFA Tennessee. For those that think we're all insurance advisors, Mr. Flowers is a leading advisor with LPL, and most of his income is financial planning. He's a CFP, an advanced planning guru. If you don't believe me, just ask him. And he's a marathon runner. He's actively involved with his alma mater, Middle Tennessee State, and hailing from Murfreesboro, Tennessee. He met his wife, Amy, at Middle Tennessee State, where she was attracted to him by none other than his dancing. Scott, would you like to show us? Never mind. NAIFA is better because of people like Scott Flowers. And where's Mr. Chris Gandy? Now we better be able to see him. There he is. Hailing from Chicago, Mr. Gandy has just been elected. After being appointed as a trustee, he's been elected as a trustee. Chris accomplished greatness as an all Big Ten basketball player for the University of Illinois. Then he played in the NBA for the Chicago Bulls and the San Antonio Spurs. He then took his leadership skills into our world, entered the business in 1999, and he's gone right to the top. He's now president of Midwest Legacy Group, a leader of NAIFA Chicagoland, and he's grown his agency and his personal production to the top of One America. He has been a huge contributor and vocal proponent for our DEI efforts, and he's a frequent speaker throughout the country. NAIFA is better because of people like Chris Gandy. And where's the disability geek? I know he's right over here. Corey Anderson, one of our YAT leaders of the year, as you can tell. He's a redcoat, one of Minnesota's finest. And yes, he is the disability insurance geek. Now almost 15 years in the business, he's another giver. He gives time to his alma mater. He's taught over 75 CE classes. His clients talk about Corey the person as much as Corey the disability geek. He loves his hockey, and his wife Stacy and his 4 kids are often seen at a hockey rink near you. NAIFA is better because of Corey Anderson. And we'll stay at the same table with Kate Kilgore Sehan. Throughout this association, we have so many generational stories. As you know, many of you know, her father Randy served NAIFA as president, and he continues to support our association like we all knew he would. But Kate has become an all-star in her own fashion. She joined her father in 2009, multiple securities licenses, served NAIFA as a membership chair, a YAT chair, and now has been appointed to the National Finance Committee. She's a production leader parentally with Emeritus, but most importantly, everyone will tell you, she's a wonderful wife and mother to 2. NAIFA is better because of Kate. And he'll get ticked because I'm doing this, but another generational story, Mr. Robert Miller. I know, you got a lot of attention, stand up. We have these generational stories dotting our landscape all over. He joined his father in 2009. Robert was a top producer, but he self-admittedly had to overcome not being a very good salesperson. And he will claim that NAIFA helped him in this capacity. Robert focused on the corporate world as a partner with Miller and Pomerantz. He's now retired and he's flaunting it. Robert has been a loyal member since 1983, president of NAIFA New York City, president of NAIFA New York, and then in 2011 was elected president of NAIFA. He now leads the resurrection of NAIFA New York, and he's known for not being afraid to offer his opinion. Good thing, though, because he was a visionary. in modernizing NAIFA. And as you all know and you heard today, he puts his money where his mouth is as the all-time contributor to NAIFA PAC. NAIFA is better because of Robert Miller. Here's another one you won't be able to miss, Rodney Mogan. The next secretary of NAIFA Texas, after serving as president of his local chapter, a gentleman who has overcome personal adversity like no other person I know. However, he never complains, and he's reached down really deep, no matter how many times he got knocked down in life, and he studied as hard as anyone. He now has his MBA, his Doctor of Financial Planning, his Master's in Economics, his Master's in Financial Planning, and he has over 30 designations. What does he do in his free time? Rodney is at the top of the table, and he will tell you that even with all that, NAIFA has made a big difference in his career. NAIFA is better because of people like Rodney Mogan. And how about John Nichols, CLU, MSM, another one hailing from Chicago. Nobody knows you, John. We got to get you reintroduced to this group. As you know, he's a renowned disability benefits consultant and built his company, Disability Resource Group. I know. I was going to tie it in, but yeah. Anyways, member since 1985. He served as NAIFA President in 2013. He's with the President's Council with the American College, and yet his greatest triumph might have been overcoming a near-death water skiing experience where paralysis was concerned. But John overcame that. His determination never wavered, and now he runs marathons. He's the epitome of NAIFA proud. NAIFA's better because of John Nichols. And then there's the gentleman of gentlemen, Mr. Matt Taske, hailing from Portland. There he is. A multi-line producer that has served his industry in just about every way conceivable, including 7 years as the treasurer of NAIFA. Yes, he's a principal of Scribner Insurance. They insure everything from your business to your ATV to your farm. But not only is he a recognized expert in his field, his advice is sought by many in life in general. NAIFA is better because of people like Matt Taske. And last but not least, great to see back Mr. Joe Jordan. Speaking of another New Yorker, one of Fordham University's finest, a member of Fordham's Football Hall of Fame, and then he parlayed it into becoming an aficionado of rugby while playing 30 years in New York City. However, to us, he's the former insurance sales guru from a company called Payne Weber, who then became a senior vice president at MetLife. But where he's really renowned is to become one of the industry's leading speakers. He authors his messages, and it rings as clear as anything I know through his popular book, Living a Life of Significance. He reminds us how important our role as advisors is. It's not how much money you make, but by the size of the problem you solve. You, as he will back it up every time you talk to him, he will tell you that you are the modern day heroes and you are part of the noblest profession. NAIFA in this industry is better because of people like Joe Jordan. I know you award winners want to get on with the show, so I'll stop there. But I think you see my point. There's just a lot of excellence and diversity sitting in this room. You are what makes this industry and this association so special. This is NAIFA, one big NAIFA, north, east, south, west. Big company, little company. Tall people, short people. Black people, brown people, white people, straight people, gay people. Work in the boardroom, work in the dining room. Work on Wall Street, represent Main Street. Life insurance, farm insurance, toy insurance, disability insurance, financial planners, CFPs, and even masters of economics. This association is the most diverse group of individuals in this industry, and it's high time we tell everybody about us. Let's realize how lucky we are to be a part of this association. Let's continue to promote it. Let's attract more members. Let everyone know the advantage of NAIFA and get noticed. We need to amplify our brand. You've heard it once and you're going to hear it again. I firmly believe that within 5 years, instead of the consumer saying, "What's NAIFA?" the consumer will say, "I hope you're a member of NAIFA." But above all that, what makes NAIFA special is the relationships. It's the friendships. It's the hugs. It's the laughs. It's the tears. It's the yats. It's the redcoats. It's NAIFA members who gave me ideas when I was struggling in my early years. Personally, some of you probably know, life has thrown the Michel family a few curveballs. When our house burned down, NAIFA literally gave the shirt off their back. When my dad died, there was NAIFA members all over at his funeral. When my wife, Kim, was diagnosed with breast cancer, stage 4, you were there to support us. You were the ones that called nonstop. Just 3 weeks ago, when my youngest son was in a serious car accident. Get better, Marcus. You are the ones that welcome me into your talents, your communities, and your homes this year. And you are the ones that change people's lives every day. Ladies and gentlemen, this is NAIFA, the National Association of Insurance and Financial Advisors, and I'm damn proud to be a 36-year card-carrying member. That a baby! This is a noble profession, and we need to let everybody know about it. NAIFA is indispensable. I proudly pass the gavel, but I want you to take my enthusiasm home. I can't thank you enough. It's been an honor of a lifetime to serve you. It's an honor to call you my colleague. God bless all of you, and God bless NAIFA.